Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. Great to see
Live
you
with
here.
Rebekah today. Welcome in Carrie Leonard and Huga Homestead and Jean Swept in Stitches. Welcome in. And Ruby with Rushing Wind Mountain. And my Nightbot code is Dolphin. So if you want your link put up, just type the word Dolphin and it'll pop your link down in the chat for people to make friends with your channel. How are you doing today, Rebekah? Doing good?
I am great.
That's good. Are you nervous about having an interview?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I was just curious. Sometimes I do okay on my own lives, but sometimes when I go on to someone else's live, I get a little bit nervous. Like last week, I went on Garden State Gardener for about 5 minutes to talk about something. I don't know if you caught that, but that I get nervous because I know there's 93 people in there, and I'm like, that's a lot of people. But anyway.
Well, because I don't have that up, I have no idea how many people are in here, and and I've done, gone up on other people's panels, to talk on them. And that's kind of how I got started, being able to get used to this.
I don't think you had any videos up when you came up on.
No, I didn't.
The first time. I don't think you had any videos up at all.
Nope.
Yep. So, all righty. If one of you guys will put up the link for Jean Kept in Stitches for me, if I have a moderator in here that can do that. But remember, you can also put Dolphin, and that will type anybody's link that's in here. So all of you guys can, please do drop your link. How long have you been making videos on YouTube?
I don't even remember when my first video was, when I did my intro. I don't remember.
Yeah. I know it wasn't right away when you very first started.
It wasn't. Finally, once Ronald, my brother, helped me and able to get something to record on. And I ended up recording on an iPad, an Apple iPad, which that's how I first started putting up my my videos. Now I don't put videos up anymore for people. Hi, Johnny. What I do now, what I'm now doing is I'm going live. I'm going live with different people and making their hats on my StreamYard live. So that's mainly what my content.
Making hats right there on the live,
on the lives. It's kind of changed a little bit, where if someone wants one of my hats or something else made, I will schedule with them when we're going to go live together. And it, of course, yes, it sometimes matters. If it's at midnight, I'm not going to be doing that. It's what time works for them. Yeah. What time works for them is when I go live with them. Yeah. And in fact, Monday, Johnny and I will be going live. I've got to set it up today. But, so I'll be making his hat on Monday.
Cool. Why did you decide to start making videos? Because at first you weren't making videos at all, but you were still going up on people's panel. What made you decide you wanted to start going live?
Well, what made me decide to start doing videos is because I wanted to teach people how to do the hats. Mm-hmm. But because I'm doing it on iPad, it makes it kind of hard to video that. And each hat takes 2 hours or more to make for someone. And you don't want to shorten something like that down. You want it full length, and someone's not going to sit for 2 hours watching someone make a hat. And it started making me nervous, just sitting there, not having someone to talk to. That's why I made the decision to go live and having the people come up on there and doing the hat right then. Because I also went up on other people's panels and started making their hat right there with them. And they were like, "What? You're making my hat now?"
Yeah.
And it's surprised.
Here with Tish Ross. Welcome in.
It blew their minds that I was doing it right then and there for them.
Yeah, that's cool. They probably like that. They probably thought that was cool.
Hi,
Welcome
Tish.
in, Ralph. Our treasured Nancy with Our Treasured Home. Ivy B Creates. Welcome in, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you for coming. How long have you been crocheting?
The hats are knitted. It's called round loom knitting. It is knitted because if you've ever done knitting, there is the knit and purl, because the knit is usually a V and the purl is a bump on the backside. On the inside, it's a purl stitch. So it's not crocheting, it's knitting. And with a hat that is crocheted, you've got to be close to that person to kind of measure their head. With these, it stretches because it's a knit type hat. That's why the hats will fit a variety of head sizes. And everybody's like, how did you figure out what my size is? It's because the loom with a knit, it stretches.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I do remember when Niecy's made us a hat before too. And she did ask our head size, and I was like, I don't know what head sizes are, but I know I have a really big head. I mean, I really do. Hello, Literature and War with Kathleen. Welcome in. So yeah, no, it fits perfectly, and it's warm. It's nice and tight stitch. You can't see any holes or anything. I'm sure it could keep you warm somewhere really cold, colder than Texas. But I heard because we had such a hot summer that we're going to have a really cold winter. So I'm probably going to need this. And you already answered this question. How long does it take to make one hat? You said 2 hours. So you already answered
2 hours. On the one that I have here that I made for Jessie of Lazy Days Ahead, these long hats that are like a Santa hat take me 8 hours.
Wow. That is a cool hat, man. Did you guys see that hat?
See?
Oh, he is going to look so good
I'm
in
going
that hat.
to back so you guys can see this.
Jessie's going to love it. That is so awesome.
You know, so.
Ruby wants to know, Kathleen, if you got your package from her. How many hats do you think you've made for people on YouTube?
On YouTube, I would say about 1,000.
Oh, really? That many?
I really do think so. You know, I'm thinking it's about 1,000 because when I started making these knitted hats, I was doing it with the church that I belong to, that I don't now. They had like a humanitarian day that we made these different hats. We made even baby hats. Baby hats are pretty simple, pretty quick and easy. And we would take those. Hey, relax, boy. We would make these baby hats for the newborns. So, and you can make a whole bunch of maybe, I would think that it probably took me maybe 20 minutes at the most to make one baby hat. You know, because it's for a newborn, you know.
Do you make all your hats on a loom?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that process was always a loom. I was pretty sure Niecy said she had used a loom, but I just didn't know if that was always the process or not. What other types of things have you learned from YouTube?
I have learned to make pot holders because of another channel that taught me how to do the thermal stitch. I've made dishcloths because of another channel teaching me a different way to make them, where they have a little rib that gives you the scrubbingness when you don't use scrubbing yarn, cotton yarn, to do those dishcloths. Jessie at Lisa at Lazy Days Ahead, I ended up crocheting in the thermal stitch a hot pad for her to put her jelly jars on. Yeah, and also pot holders and dishcloths for her. She was absolutely surprised at what I did.
Yeah, I like the pot holders you gave me. I was like, I was like, can these really take heat? So I was like,
Yes.
real gently put it on there. I was like, can these really take heat? I was nervous, but I did. I did. I have been using them. So, and I love turquoise. So,
Yes. My hats. Yes. When we were at the meetup with Wendy, the homesteaders meetup, I gave Beth and her husband their
Jason.
hats. Jason, their hats there. And I'm pretty sure you are going to be keeping very warm with those hats.
Let's see.
I don't get the one thing that I don't, because everybody knows who I am now, I don't get to ask the people their favorite colors anymore.
Oh no, you don't.
No, I don't.
Now you just have to just sort of.
They send. I just tell them
make
to
them
email.
them.
I just tell them to email me now and put 2 colors down, because usually I always put 2 colors together. With, with people that are in the southern, more below me from where I live, I end up doing a 4-ply and a 3-ply yarn, like a baby yarn, a sport weight yarn, which are a lot thinner than what you have 2 4-plies together. So those hats are a little bit thinner.
Yes.
When I'm making the hats that are going up north, I'm using like a 5 or a 6 weight or 2 4s together. That makes those hats warmer. So that their heads stay warm.
If this hat was made by you. Yes, this was made by Rebekah. I got this over a year ago. It's been a while. I'd have to go back to the original friend mail video, but I know it's been over a year.
Yes, it has. I live in Missouri, but I'm not going to give you the town I live in. I am in central part of Missouri.
Do you have any other hobbies besides crochet?
I did. I won a diamond art that I did diamond art. I haven't done that in a while because those kits are not cheap. And when I was at that, meeting with, or the meetup with Wendy at Willoway Ranch, she, one of the people that were there, we were selling things. I had my hats there and nobody bought any, but it was okay. One of, trying to think of their name. I'm pretty sure that Beth knows who they are, but she was doing a, making cheese. Their daughter was there, and she came over and we sat and crocheted together. She taught me some things that I didn't know. And it was so great, just sitting there crocheting together, because I don't have that, where I can go and crochet with someone else.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many meetups have you been to?
The first one was Our Wyoming Life, that one. We went to, I'm trying to think, the one in Oklahoma. So that's 2. And then I went to the Ozark one, 3. And then Wendy was 4, I think.
So you got to meet Jen because Jen was there.
Yes, I've seen, well, one other was that 9 Acres. We went to Fort Scott, Kansas also.
Oh.
That was another one that we went to.
Oh, that's cool. I've only been to 2. 2 years ago, I went to the Pryor, Oklahoma meetup. And then just like a week ago, we went to the Pinecone Fest in Mount Vernon, Texas.
Yeah, it was Pathways. It was Pathways Homestead. Thank you, Beth. That their daughter came over and we crocheted together, and it was so neat because people were coming in and seeing these 2 people doing crocheting, and it was so great, having someone else to do that with. How old was
she?
I'm thinking she's probably in her 20s.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like a kid. Like a kid, like a little kid.
No, she's in her. She's probably in her 20s or something like that.
If
Pretty
you drop
private.
Dolphin, it'll put your link in the chat. That's how Nightbot's set up. So if anybody wants to drop their link, just type Dolphin in the chat. Sorry to interrupt.
I don't think it's Casey. It was something else. But such a sweet young lady. Really, she taught me some things that I needed to learn, because on some of the dishcloths that I've made, it kind of gets squished down on the sides, and I didn't know that I needed to chain 3 instead of 2. You know, I'm still learning to crochet. That's why your dishcloth looks a little bit scrunched on the sides, is because I had no clue.
What's the most common stitch that you do?
On crocheting is double crochets. I don't, and of course the thermal stitch is a specialty type stitch that if I had my crochet, my stuff up here, I would be able to show you. When you're doing a thermal stitch, you're going into the back side of the crochet stitch that's away from you, and then into the front side on the other side, and you're pulling those together. That's why those pot holders are so thick, because you're going back and forth to make it tight. And it's a single crochet on those pot holders. Take a while, because you have to make sure you're going into that back stitch to
because it has to look good from both sides, technically.
Yes.
Do you like to cook or garden?
I cook, yes, and I'm not real big on gardening. My gardening is more of a plant-based, a container-based, because where I live is we have nothing but clay. I'd have to bring in other kinds, but I have a container on our porch that I put lettuce in and radishes, breakfast morning. So some of the seeds that I have gotten, I'm going to try next year in the backyard. We do have a raised, it's what would you call it? A retaining wall that I want to plant some stuff back there, because I do have some seeds that people have sent me and I haven't planted them yet.
Yeah, my husband keeps getting containers from his job, and I'm using those for raised beds. So last year he got me 1, and this year he got 2, and these are bigger, but they're up off the ground 4 or 5 feet on blocks. And then, it's a pretty good size container. So, sometime during the winter, when I start getting that bug to plant again, I'm going to make a whole map of the backyard and write down and make my plan where I'm going to put everything. But we have already started doing some of our composting. I was kind of waiting for the weather to cool down here some before I work on more composting on that. Hello, John with J&J, Hunting and Stuff with J&J. How are you? So.
Now, I don't know Kimberly. Haven't seen her channel.
Oh, Kimberly Gila, yes.
Yeah, Gila. I haven't seen this. First time I've seen her channel.
Yes. She is, I've known her probably a couple of months now. Carrie Leonard and Kimberly Gila kind of met right around the same time. And they pretty much follow both of my channels. And they're actually pretty neck and neck. They're both right around 100 subscribers right now. So they're came to me around the same time. Do you guys have a pet?
We have 4 pets.
4 pets. Names?
We have 2 dogs that are named Denver and Blue, and they're large. They're large dogs. They are lab mixes. And Denver used to be my service dog. I trained him myself to help me when I fall. He would help me get up. He is getting older, and he's about maybe 8 to 9 years of age. Mm-hmm. Blue, I am training him now to help me if I fall to get up. When I was at the Mid-America meetup in Oklahoma, there was some roots that were exposed with the pine trees, and I fell. And before I ever fell, Denver was up, standing, and Yeah, I hurt pretty bad, but I'm okay. Ronald, I says, just release Denver, and he came right over and helped me get up off the ground. So he still knows his training, It was just amazing. And then the two other animals we have are cats, and their names are BB is a big black cat, and Gigi, it's not G-I-G-I, it's just Gigi is gray girl.
G and G, the letters G and G.
And G, yeah, just
Hello,
G and G.
Naples, welcome in. Thank you for the advice, Charles with Bushcraft Family. Yes, let's see. What do I have next on? What kind of music do you like?
I have started listening to, it's called K-Love, or not K, is it K-Love, Ronald? The Dove. And it's more of a rock and roll, old time rock and roll music that I listen to. I used to listen to country, but the country that they have now doesn't make me feel like it's country. Yeah. I'm more on the older style of country music, not what's out there now.
More like George Strait, Randy Travis kind of stuff.
Yes.
Alan Jackson, like that time frame. Yeah. I like that kind of music too. I like 80s music. I like old rock. I listen to Christian. I listen to a little bit of everything. Hi, Jan. How are you? Let's see. What is your favorite holiday?
That would be Christmas.
Christmas? Why do you like Christmas?
Because it gives me a giving heart, be able to give presents that are handmade to somebody. And that's the reason I love Christmas. Yeah,
I actually thought of a few things I could do, like in the kitchen kind of gifts. And there actually is a collaboration coming up. Life with Piedmont's doing like an edible homemade Christmas gift kind of thing. So I actually thought of it, and I can actually mix two collaborations together and make one video. But yeah, I thought of some things I can do for my family that would be a really neat edible Christmas gift to give family. So I want to work on that.
Sure. I seen the message from Creekside Maples. Ronald is doing a little better. Blue helped him get up here. He's resting. He's resting on the floor. He's doing better.
Oh, how many kitchens are passing? Already. Yep.
If you type dolphin, it'll put your link in the chat, guys.
Milk.
So yeah, I didn't even. I'm glad you noticed that message.
Well, it's for a long time I didn't watch the chat, and there was this one time that I started watching it better, and I had no idea that Barb's Country Home was saying hi to me. That's why I'm always looking at the chat much more than I used to.
Yeah.
It really bothered me when I says I'd never seen that you were saying hi to me.
And for you people who don't come up on panel, the guests sometimes cannot see the chat because now in her case she can, but in a lot of cases the guests cannot see the chat. Like me, I can't see the chat because when I come up on somebody's panel, I'm on my phone and everything is too tiny. And when I hit comments, I can't see myself, so I feel kind of disoriented. So so don't ever get upset because the person, they probably can't see you. So you can't, when the person's a guest, they can't see you. I'm just telling you for you guys who don't know. Sometimes the guest cannot see the chat. But I try to pull it up if I see a question or something, but you're seeing it quicker than me.
Yeah.
So do you ever participate in collabs?
I have not.
Yeah, I noticed you hadn't posted a video in a while. How often do you do lives?
It depends on when someone is going to go live with me to make their hats. So I did one with Curmudgeon in Alaska. I made his hat and we got that done. And usually because I do StreamYard where it's 20 hours a month, I usually only do that 20 hours, and in the past I haven't done a lot of lives. I know that what I'm going to start doing is when I take the dogs for walks, I'm going to do shorts with my dogs. you know, and showing people me walking my dog, you know.
Yeah, shorts really help with getting new friends on your channel. Just
It definitely does. I have one
and it's
short.
a lot less effort than a whole video or sometimes even a whole live. But yeah.
Well, even thinking about this, just doing a short showing the hats that I've made.
Yeah.
You know, that a hat that I finished and just put it as a short and doing that. You
That's
know,
a good idea.
you know.
What is the hardest thing you've ever made?
The hardest thing I ever made was a quilt.
Quilts, yeah, I could see. Yeah, because this quilt
You know?
takes a long time. Hi, Lynn the Okie. How are you?
Hi, Lynn the Okie. If you guys are on a TV, and you'll be able to see a quilt that I finished in 2006. Yes. It took me 11 months to do that quilt. I found a pattern. You know how sometimes you have quilts that are blocks that you embroidery. So I have it embroidery. I know how to embroidery also. This one had 3 panels. This is the one that's really interesting. It is called the Lone Star pattern. And then you sew these 3 panels together. So I ended up doing that. You know, I did all the cross stitch. I was recovering from knee surgery. Mm-hmm. And then I was able to find a frame that my father was passing away. So I went up to my mother and took care of her and quilted that quilt up at my mom's. I did not bind it. An Amish lady binded it for me with a yellow rickrack that I, gathered binding that she put on there. But yeah, that was my hardest project, was doing that quilt.
Yeah, I've heard quilts. Any kind of blanket type of thing takes a long time. What is your favorite yarn to use?
My favorite, well, I have 2 yarns that I love to use. Well, probably 3. Is Lion Brand, homespun. It's called homespun. The other ones are Karen with a C, and what's the other one? Is Burnett yarn. They are all acrylics instead of polyester. With going with Red Heart, it's more of a polyester that itches. So mainly those type of yarns. And of course, with the cottons, I started using Peaches and Cream. But then I went over to Hobby Lobby and I found another yarn that's called I Love This Cotton. And it's much softer cotton yarn that I love it. I really do.
I'm Mary Ellen.
Hi, Mary Ellen. But yeah, I'd say that Karen and Burnett are mainly the ones that I use for the hats.
Do you get most of those online, or do you buy those at Hobby Lobby?
I buy those at Hobby Lobby. I buy them at Michael's. I go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's.
Yeah.
Yes, I love this cotton. Is awesome cotton yarn.
I don't have any of those stores in my town, but an hour away from me where my mom lives, they have all those stores over there. Hello, Alfonso Scimitar. Welcome in.
Do you know he's the one that had me send that gift to you?
Yes. I think I emailed you and asked you. And
yes.
So I did thank him in the video where I received it and put his link in the channel, in the description box. Yeah. That's the word, description box. I'm always saying description box when I mean comment section. I mean, I'm always like naming the wrong things. Do you have a well, I know that you're sending out hats all over YouTube as a ministry, but do you have a ministry outside of YouTube for your hats? Hello,
no
country. Welcome.
No, I'm hoping that once I get caught up with all the people that have been wanting hats or lap blankets from me or throws that go on couches, then I'm going to start making the hats and maybe even lap blankets for the homeless in my area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And helping the homeless in my area.
Yeah, that's great.
Hi,
Yeah,
Molly.
I started a collaboration for my other channel, Broken Hearts Ministry, and that's why I was asking you. So if you guys out there in the chat have a ministry that you do, whether it be the homeless or a nursing home, an orphanage, whatever it is, if you'll make a video talking about your ministry and tag Broken Hearts Ministry, I'm doing a collab over there just to show people other ministries, to kind of maybe inspire someone to just go out and try it, because it's really awesome just to be able to help people. My husband actually went out with us this past Friday. Both of us handed out one bag on the way, and then we handed out 15 bags there. So we probably helped around 17 or more people. We were handing out non-perishable food, toiletries, coats, hats, and blankets.
Yeah, simply, Jan, I am going to look into online to see if I can find a pattern that I can use on the round loom to making mittens. And then the other one was Lynn the Okie. If you want one of my hats, this is what I tell people: is just send an email to my emails in my about page. Just send me an email, because it keeps me knowing what next I need to do for somebody.
Yeah. It's right there. Her email's right there on her about page.
It's on my about page. And I have a folder that I put one yarn, and that's where all of those go. And I go with the first, the ones that are older, and then work up, and then I put it into one yarn finished. That's how I end up doing this, so that I keep it straight. So I'm going to see if maybe with the looms that I have, if there is a way to make a mitten on there, so it's learning how to do things. And
yeah. So Nancy with Our Treasured Home emailed me earlier today and said that you and your brother were having some trouble with your van. You want to tell them about that?
Yes, the van that I bought 2 years ago when we lost our truck, the motor has given out. That van is going to be taken to the junkyard because it's not worth fixing. There's too much body rust on it. And if there's anyone that wants to help us get another vehicle, please let people know, because where I live is out in the county. Trying to figure out, because I'm a person that don't like people to give. I want to give, but I am in need of a vehicle.
Her PayPal information is on her about page, or like if you go to her home page, on the very top line right there, it links her PayPal. So it's really easy to get to. I hit the link, made sure it worked, and everything like that. So it is a working PayPal link. So if you guys want to help her out with that, toward down payment or toward getting one, if you guys have the finances for that, if you're being led to, or if you're in her area, you might even have a vehicle that you
might even have a vehicle. What we're asking people to do is, if you know someone that's in Missouri that could potentially help us, because what my feeling is on this is, I am on disability, and putting money into that PayPal, it could get me kicked off, which really scares me, because I've now gone over the 600 that you can make in a year. And I'm going to have to show receipts, saying, hey, this money is going for shipping, unless you want the cash, whoever wants to send things to me, if you want my address, or finding someone that has a vehicle that will let me make payments on it, because I am on disability. My brother's going to pay probably $200 a month. I'm going to pay $200 until that vehicle's paid off, so that we can have a vehicle. I'm now riding my mother's electric wheelchair that she, of course, left when she passed, to get to the bus. It's about 1.5 miles away.
Hello, Samantha Stewart.
it's been a little bit trying, but I'm looking up, there's friends that are in Mexico that are trying to help us find a vehicle, and I know it's getting into winter and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I will say prayers for you, Rebekah, for you and your brother, that God will provide for you, and I believe that He will. He will provide for you.
He will.
Yes, He will.
He certainly will. It's snow here in 2 weeks. Oh my. Yeah, those hats will keep you warm, Tony and Joni.
Yeah, I bet there's some places that are actually getting cold already. Hey, you guys, if you can look it up real easy, tell me what your temperature is in your state, and then write your state right next to it. I'm just curious what the temperature is everywhere. It feels like it's pretty warm here.
So,
but it is cloudy.
You've got Nightbot in here that I can put weather and.
No, I don't have it set up for weather. I do have it set up for links. So if you type dolphin in the chat, it'll drop your link. I haven't got the weather set up. I actually got Devil Dog's help on that. So I can't add anything to it because I'd have to turn around and get his help. 74 in Colorado, 56 in Ohio.
It's saying it's 68 here. Yeah, 68 here.
Do you like to read, Rebekah?
I do, but because of I have it's called amblyopia, which is a lazy eye. My eyes get tired. So I usually listen, to books instead. Because of that reason. Thank you, Tish. My eyes get tired, so when I read scriptures, I'm listening to them on CD because of that problem that I have.
Yeah. It's 85 in Texas. 46 degrees forecast. Oh, it doesn't say what state you're in, Ruby. 62 in Oregon. 58 in Virginia.
Wow.
61 in San Francisco.
And raining.
And raining. Yeah, it's been looking like it's going to rain all day, but it hasn't. But I do need to go out there and get some watering done before Garden State Gardeners Live starts today. I still have I call it the wild garden. And I have a pumpkin, a regular pumpkin, about 3 birdhouse gourds. So thank you, Simply Jan Homestead, for those seeds. Some little other gourds, some muskmelon, some cantaloupe. Anyway, I have about all the vining plants are out there, and they're just going crazy. So I do need to get out there and water it because it just acts like it's going to tease out there. So do you like to travel?
I do.
Hi, Cindy. Let's see.
What's really interesting is where Ruby lives. I didn't live in Eastern Washington, but I did live in Washington State when I was
Mateo, 58 in Indiana.
But we lived my family I was born in Southern California, and then my parents moved to Granger, Utah, and then we left there. I think I was about probably 11 years old, 11 or 12, when we moved to Washington State. My brother and I, moved to Washington State. And then when I was almost 18, my dad worked at, he was a mechanic, and he worked at a place where they worked on vehicles. And they were supposed to have this barrier up in front of the vehicles so that if they were in park, that if they jumped out of park, the mechanics wouldn't get hit. Mm-hmm. My dad, they did not have that barrier up yet. And my dad did get hit. Oh. Pushed him against the steel bench. And he didn't lose his life, but he could have. And that made my parents had to sell that house that we lived in. And my parents then sold that house, went to Utah where my brother lived, and they rebuilt an engine and put it in a Dodge. My dad had a Dodge 69 Dodge crew cab truck that they put, that was a 318 motor, which wasn't big enough to pull a 35-foot fifth wheel. So they rebuilt a motor to put in that truck. And it turned out they were supposed to have gotten a 383. Mm-hmm. That's not what they got. Mom went out to the garage. I was there with my parents, and my brother Roscoe was with us. Mom took the box that the piston was in and dropped it into the cylinder. And they're like, that ain't supposed to happen. It ended up being a 440 mag engine. Yeah. So then they had to go back and get parts for that 440 mag.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Of all the temperatures that went up, the only one that's hotter is Arizona. It's 86 and we're 85.
Wow.
We are the second hottest and only by 1 degree. That's pretty bad when Texas is as hot as Arizona, because Arizona is supposed to be the hottest place.
That's crazy.
I'm so looking forward to the fall, the actual fall. When we were over in Mount Vernon, Texas for the Pinecone Fest, the weather was cooler, and I literally had a light jacket on the whole time, and it was just perfect weather. It wasn't hot. I didn't get hot at all.
So
that was nice.
From where you live, how far is Mount Vernon from where you live?
It's about a 3.5 hour drive. So that's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it kind of more north? Is it more north?
Yeah, it's more north.
It's more north. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why probably. But yeah, it's funny how, when I was looking at the weather right before, it was always consistently 5 to 7 degrees cooler there, always.
Wow.
Yeah. When I was in Arizona, I thought it was the hottest place in the world. It would seem like it was 110 every day. And it wasn't too many years after that we started having weather like that in the summer, last year and this year. But I have managed to keep, I pulled out some plants, but I do still have a few things growing. But it's starting to cool off. But I didn't want to do a fall. I always get tired after the spring planting, and I'm like, okay, now I need a break. And that's when I go into doing more like cooking, and I'm going to try soap making this winter. I might grow a few things under the grow light, possibly. Hello, Rudy. How are you?
Hi, Rudy. These are all great channels. They really are.
Yeah, it's a big variety of different channels. Somebody said that. I was in somebody's chat, and they're like, she has a whole other different group of people than I have. And I'm like, I just pick up people everywhere. Homesteaders, gardeners, tuber chat people, crocheting people, crafting people, just you name it, traveling people. I've got them all.
As you see back there, just before my van decided to give out, I found those containers, the upper 4, on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
A lady was selling them, 3 of them for $12.
Wow.
Yeah. And it makes it nice, because now the people can see all the yarn that I have in there. And then of course up here, now I'm going to do this real slow, but you see that shelf? The 2 top shelves are baby yarn. So I don't do a lot of baby blankets. And then the bottom ones is just small balls of yarn that I have that I end up using for making pom-poms, because I don't have any more of that yarn.
76 in Missouri.
76? I'm not even, my temperature's cooler than that, Jan.
Yeah. Different.
It says
Different
says,
little microclimates, I guess.
it says that it's 68 up here.
68, that's a big difference, 8 degrees. Yes. I'm so proud that I managed to get Nightbot set up. I mean, it only took me 3 years, Rebekah. 3 years.
Well, I had the help from Devil Dog, which is so nice.
Now I need to get it set up for my other channel because I'm doing more lives on that channel. Because if I get my other channel monetized, I'm going to use that money for the ministry. So that will be so awesome. I did blessing received. When I went to Pinecone Fest, I got a $200 donation. So sometime during the day, I was talking to a channel about the ministry. About 2 hours from then, they handed me $200 bills. It was an anonymous donation. But I bought so much stuff with it. I bought lots and lots of non-perishable food. I bought some stockings because Mom and I are going to give out Christmas stockings to the homeless. So, yeah. So that $100 went a long way. I made a video on what all I got with it if you guys want to look and see. But my husband said, man, you did really good. I'm like, yeah, I'm a bargain shopper. How many miles is it to the sun? I don't know. A bazillion, zillion, I guess. I don't know. Hi, Kazim. How are you? He's asking how far it is to the sun. I have no idea. I don't know. If I knew that number at any point, I probably don't know it anymore.
93 million.
There's your answer. 93 million. Maybe he knew that. Look, he typed 93 right there. He probably knew the elevation. The elevation of what? Texas?
I'm not sure what my elevation is here. I think it's probably in 7 to 800, maybe, where I live.
Yeah, ours is, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know that either. Among the many pieces of information, I don't know how far it is to the sun, except for I know now. I know it right now, but by the end of the night, I'll forget.
I think that's cute. Ruby's asking me, I was age 43. I don't remember. That's too long ago.
That's too long ago. Is that a question coming up, I guess?
Says Rebekah, how was age 43? I don't remember.
Oh, Rudy. Oh, yeah.
Rudy. Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't remember because, that was a long time ago.
Slept a couple of times since then, maybe. I know I have. Oh, she knows her exact elevation.
Wow.
Party like it's 1993.
I thought the song was 1999.
Hey, 1993, starting a new one. Yeah. I don't know. When I read that, I just added the 19. I didn't even think about it. That just made me think of that song. Just even 1990 anything.
Yeah.
That's funny. Very funny. Hey, I got out of singing at karaoke at Pinecone Fest because they did it Friday night and we didn't get there and we didn't go until Saturday morning. So you guys missed seeing me sing karaoke. It looked like it was a lot of fun though. I watched the video on it.
I thought it was really great to have someone recording you guys. I watched that. I watched that video.
More nervous.
That would have made me more nervous. Okay, would I do that? Yes, I can sing, but not that well.
Yeah. Well, they weren't all professional singers, but there were some that did pretty good.
Some of them
did pretty good.
When Jesse was singing and Jay was like laughing. It's like, oh, that's
I wish I could have been there for that one. I missed that. I told hubby, I said, if we go again, you're going to have to get more time off so we can be there the whole time, because we missed some stuff, We missed like step 1 and 2 and only got to do 3 and 4 or something. Feel like we missed half of the meetup just by getting there Saturday. But anyway, we did get to meet some people, and it was cool.
I'm kind of, I know when we went to the Mid-America meetup, my brother and I were able to rent a U-Haul van that took us there. That was pretty cool. Most people don't think about going to U-Haul to rent something to go somewhere.
Yeah, I think MT Homestead, they rented their pop-up trailer thing, which my he's looking at floor plans of that stuff now. So I guess he's got in his mind he wants to do that next time. So she made a pretty good pot of chili out of that pop-up RV thing that she had. She made chili for Saturday afternoon. And the Oklahoma Grammy made cinnamon rolls, and Robertson Bellyacres, Rusty and Rachel made the breakfast tacos. They were really good too. Hot, a little bit hot. They're so good you just kept eating it, but you knew in the background it was hot. You're like, okay, my mouth's kind of burning, but it tastes so good, you just kept eating it. But yeah, all the food was good. And then we had some tacos Saturday afternoon. Jen put the link to her other channel so people can sub to her other channel. Oh, do you mean Broken Hearts Ministry, Lynn? Is that what you're talking about?
I have only one channel, and I'm only going to only have one channel. Trying to keep up with 2 channels, that is not going to happen.
3 and 4 channels. I'm like, I only have 2 channels. I'm only working 2 channels. The Coupon Gail channel, it still exists in the world, but I'm not working it. I haven't put a video out on it in like 8 months. Okay, I will not be, unless something happens to my main channel. I will use it for backup because it's already past 1,000. So I'm not going to delete it because it's the backup. It's the backup plan. So I'm leaving it. It's not hurting anything out there. If I need it, it's there. So, but at this point, Gail Southern Living is my main channel. Broken Hearts Ministry is my second channel. I don't plan on doing any other channel. That's it. It's only there just in case. Just in case.
I know you didn't ask me about how many. I don't call them subs. They are family.
Family, yeah.
It looks like I lost another one because I was at 656. Now I'm at 655. Oh. YouTube does that, and they'll check on it and make sure.
Thank you, Jan. Yes, I do have Rebekah's link pinned at the top of the chat and also in the description box. I also have her PayPal ID type information in the description box. So if you scroll all the way to the top of the chat, you can see her link is pinned. So if you're not already friends with her channel, you can do that just by scrolling to the top and clicking on that link.
Thank you for joining my
channel.
Thank you for joining my channel, people. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I honestly thought I wouldn't even have as many as I do. I never did.
You had quite a bit before you even started making videos, really.
I had 100 people before I even had my first video, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
Just everybody waiting for when I did my intro video. I'm going to have to make payments on it. And, I don't have any money. The reason I got that van is because the insurance company, when my truck got totaled, that's how I was able to buy that van. And I paid $1,800 for that van. Mm-hmm. So it's basically, if a person would be willing instead of me going to get a loan, which I won't be able to because I've never had a loan anywhere, is their name can stay on that title and I will make payments until it's paid off. We'll sign an agreement. My name will be put on and we'll own the vehicle together, and I will have full coverage insurance on it. Anytime I do have a vehicle, I always have full coverage. So it's basically, I just need someone to give me a chance to be able to have a vehicle again.
Yeah. Type your, Jean, if you'll type dolphin again, maybe you'll get another friend for your channel so you won't be on the bad number.
And I'll click on that link real quick, and I'm going to turn my phone on.
She said,
because when I do that, it's going to go somewhere else.
Oh, I could probably fix that real quick.
So I can go over and help her out. Why do people have such a hard time on that number?
Yeah. It's, supposed to be the devil's number, 666. I think it's somewhere in the Bible. I don't know for sure, though.
Let's see. Find.
Some people don't even like the number 6. I usually, when I do something, I always put a 7 because 7 is supposed to be more of like God's number. Okay. Kathleen says she's at 669 now. So she's past that number now.
Trying to find John my phone here.
Awesome.
Keep
cool.
going.
I'll friend you from my other channel. Jean kept in stitches.
Come on, where?
Thank
I found
you,
your.
Ruby.
I seen your broken heart one.
I'm going to put a couple of your videos in the watch later list so they can run tonight. So I am a hero. You're a hero. Tails Toad in the Dark. Welcome in. Yeah, she's at about 671 now. So we got her past the bad number. That's good. Rebekah, do you have any questions for me?
No,
Nope.
I don't. There is one. Do you do canning?
Anybody in the chat have questions?
Do you do canning?
I have the equipment and I can do canning. I haven't done it in a while, but I have a pressure canner and a water bath canner.
I have my sister that passed away. Her pressure canner. It's I think it's a Morrow, and then I have a water bath canner also.
Yeah. How much is 8 dozen, Gail? $24. He's making me do the math. Math is not my subject. I was really good at remembering times tables, adding, subtracting, fractions, okay at decimals. But when it gets into this geometry, mixing letters and numbers, not my thing.
Jean kept in stitches. I had your channel. I was already subscribed, but I guess I forgot to go back and hit the notification bell. I have now.
Awesome.
So I was already part of her channel.
Yeah, it says I was too, so I must have found her somewhere. Hello, Joe Serrano. How are you? Welcome in.
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, I believe Joe with Garden State Gardener is doing a live tonight. I think he's set up to do a live. Do you go in there, Rebekah? Do you go in there?
I do sometimes. There's so many channels that I follow, and there's one that is called the Kelly's Country Life. I love watching people build things. I can do some things in my home myself, but watching someone build their home under a barn dominium, it's entertaining to me to watch that. And that channel, Andrew, literally built his home under that barn dominium, finished it from start to finish,
Do they
hanging
do it
window.
live?
He did not do it live. He did videos.
Uh-huh.
It is absolutely amazing. He put in his plumbing. Of course he lives in Florida, so they had to inspect what he had done. It was pretty interesting to watch him do all of that work.
Yeah. Yeah. I watched
Yeah.
this one
To build his
guy,
home.
he did the videos and he sped it up where it's going faster. And it's no talking, it's music. But this guy takes some rundown place and he turns it into kind of an old fashioned, but clean and nice, and all these cool wicker things and artsy things he makes with wood and wicker. And he'll take things that are trash and turn them into something that looks nice. Really talented. I have no skills like that, but wow.
I even love watching videos of people turning. This is one thing that I love, watching people make things on lathes. This is a little pot that we got up when we were up there with Wendy and stuff. This is cedar wood, and it's a vase that you can. They said you could put some type of plastic thing in there and be able to put real flowers in there. And this is a Christmas ornament that I'm thinking very seriously of seeing if I can get a picture where we can put pictures in these holes. In this hole.
I'm going to show you something real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Alrighty. I've been having a little bit of trouble with my ankle, so you hear me grunting when I'm getting up. It's like, ow.
Yeah.
What I did to it, they keep asking me, like, I have no idea. So I won this at the meetup.
Oh, wow.
I think it was Tank from Heartland HQ that made it. And inside, where are they? Where are they? Oh, they're back here. I know where they are.
This is, like they said, this is a little Christmas ornament.
You're showing your Christmas ornament, so I'm going to show you mine.
Yeah.
Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank. Tank made these. It's got a musical note on it. It's a pretty lace.
Oh, wow.
It's 2 pieces she's put together. Then she has the little pieces dangling. I signed up to make a Christmas ornament with Garden State Gardeners Christmas Ornament Exchange. And so I'd love to do something like this. It would be really neat. But it looks like she covered it and then she glued 2 pieces together. But it's hard, But
my oldest sibling makes, I don't think she does it now. She's getting up there in age. But she made cards, beautiful cards for myself, my mom. She would send out cards that she literally made for cutting out different things and gluing them together. And I still have those Christmas birthday cards that she made.
That's neat.
It is.
Yeah, I like making cards. I haven't quite got the knack of it yet. Sometimes I'll buy those blank white cards that you can get at Walmart that have the envelopes, and I'll try, because I don't always cut really, really straight. But yeah, I won all this stuff at the meetup, and I'm pretty sure it was Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank that made these. But this is a little purse, and then I love the denim on this. So pretty.
Hi, Mr. M&T Homestead.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
How you doing,
I
Mike?
missed your live earlier, but I'm going to try to set up to come by there next week. Yeah, I wanted to come by there with my Broken Hearts Ministry channel and maybe come up and talk about my homeless ministry sometime. I might even email you guys about it, but that would be a nice place to go and talk about it. So yes, if you weren't on here earlier, this is my hat made by Rebekah Touched by Yarn. So I found it. I found a shirt that matched it and put it on. Even though it's nice and warm here in Texas, I just wanted to show you guys what her hats look like. So yes,
And now I make longer ones.
like slouchy hats.
Yes. This one's going to.
Oh yes.
This one's going to Jesse, but there's another one that I can make that's longer also, that I found a pattern for, where you take those hats and you end up doing 90 rows, which then you can wrap that around to keep your neck warm.
Yeah. Ooh.
Guess who, Nancy? That one's I've never seen before.
Welcome in. Guess who, Nancy? Welcome in, Andre.
Hi, Andre.
I think Heather and Lynn are talking back and forth to each other.
I think they are too, because no, I don't have cows.
I have no idea what they're talking about, but I think they know. I think they're talking to each other. So
that's a foreign language. I have no idea.
Thank you, Rudy. Yes, if you want to drop your link, you'll type dolphin in the chat, and that's the Nightbot code to drop your link if you want to drop your link. Yeah.
It is.
Andre, what country are you from? Dolphin with no E on it, Alfonso. I think you typed an E on it by accident. Yeah. Anyway, he was asking me what I wanted to put, and I didn't think of what I wanted to put ahead of time. I'm like, well, I really like dolphin, so I'm just going to put dolphin. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with my channel, but it does have something to do with me. If you know me, I like dolphins. I like watching dolphins.
The one that Devil Dog did for me was yarn.
Yarn. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You know, when you come into my live stream, it's yarn. You type yarn.
Do stuff that has to do with their channel. Like the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch has hillbilly, a lot of people, but mine is just, you just have to know. You just have to know. Well, once you know, then you know. So then maybe you will eventually associate it with me.
No, I don't.
Somebody asked you a question?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Babaen. No, I don't know what that is. It's Ruby.
Oh.
Have no idea what that is.
Yes. And it's funny because I had set the alarm on my phone to tell me when MT Homestead went live, and it did not tell me.
Wow.
Because I was going to be over there today. I really was. I started setting reminders on my phone, but maybe my volume was down. Type dolphin. Andre, if you want your link, type dolphin in the chat. I don't know what he was saying, but he has the word link at the end, so maybe he's asking about links. Currently working on milking one cow. Hello, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
The notifications do not always work.
Yeah, sometimes they don't, because there's
a calendar notification on my phone. I actually had my calendar set up to remind me when their live was. So my calendar did not go off. So maybe my notifications were turned down in general. But yeah, it was the whole calendar on my phone. Anybody have a question for Rebekah?
Trying to.
How many people in the chat have received a hat from Rebekah? If you have, put a 1 in the chat. I want to see how many will. I want to see how many will pop up.
Well, I know Mr. MT has. Yes.
1.
Treasure Home did.
Yeah.
Rushing Wind, I think did. I think she got a hat for me.
There go the ones.
Paula.
Jan has a hat. I didn't know Jan had a hat. You have a hat, Jan?
Yes, Jan does. Lynn Leoki, yes. And her husband, Beth Near.
I know. I thought about emailing you to get one for my husband, but I was like, I don't know if I should do that.
No, I'm now doing this. You know, if I find someone that has children, like when I did one for the oh my gosh, they're in Texas. Trying to think.
Don't know.
It's oh man. They have 8 children.
Oh, are you trying to remember a channel that has 8 children?
I'm trying to remember that they have 8 children. They are in Texas, Terrell, Texas. Oh gosh, I hate that when I seen your brain again.
I think she mostly just gives stuff away. I don't think she does. You don't do items for hire, right, Rebekah, or do you?
Okay. They do want to pay me back, and there's people that definitely do pay me back. I don't ask for anything for what I do.
Oh, was it Bland's Promised Land Ranch?
Yes, it was Bland's.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Bland's. They wouldn't give me the age of their children. You know, I'm kind of like I want to make hats for all of your family. You know?
Yeah. Some people are very protective about the information they give out about their spouse and their children. If you listen to my videos, I never say my daughter's names. I say oldest or youngest or biggin and littlin. I don't say their names. I don't say my husband's name, which is why my husband goes by Taz Adventures. Because when I very first started YouTube, the Prepper Princess was getting stalked by some people, you know, and it was a whole big thing about it. And of course, multiple people on here have had problems with YouTube. I've had little problems, but not big problems. But I know you sent my brother and his wife hats.
Yes, I did, and their
wife and 2 kids,
and their child.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have their phone number. I still have their address, and I have not shared it, and I won't. Anybody that has ever sent me anything, if you send me your home address, or even if you don't have your if you don't have your PO box on okay. I know I sent something to you, Rushing Wind Mountain. Maybe it was a potholder and dishcloth or something, because I know you won something on somebody's that I thought I sent something to you.
She said she likes the way mine looks.
Yeah. Well, I tried it with my hats. I like them one off, you know, and that yarn, I may not have any more of that, but doing a purple and a green together, I can still do that. You know, it's just when I get different balls of yarn from different people, that is the only ones that it will make that hat, you know. I
Yeah,
don't
I
even remember.
tried to send you an
Ran
email.
that darn
Like,
live.
it came back, so I had to retype the link and send it over again because it came back to me, and I was like, I don't know. So I looked back at your email, and I must have been off like one letter or one number or one
Or just the dots, or just the
I could
dots.
do the dots.
You know,
Maybe I missed a dot. I missed something. But
I mean,
anyway, resent
that's
it.
why that's kind of why I sent you
Yes, Rebecca
my
made
email. Sent it to your email so you had, and be able to click
the
on.
email that my link comes from is not an email that I use, so that makes
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's why a lot of times I, in the bottom, I type from Gail Southern Living in bold, big letters because I want people to know it's coming from me. But it's the old email I used to use before I changed it to match my channel name.
Oh, okay.
So it still pops up, but I don't really check it anymore. So it did pop up on my phone, but it's not one I use anymore.
Oh,
But anyway,
okay.
I started having problems with it. People were having trouble. It was like it was full, and messages weren't getting to me. So that I decided that was a good time to make it match my channel name. So that's when I did that.
Well, in fact, Alfonso kept gifting his things to other people. He will be receiving a hat from me this finally. I said, you're not going to let this one get away from you.
Yeah.
So he will be receiving a hat, and it got mailed off Friday.
Wow, you have a
that's what I did Friday was caught the bus and went to the post office, and then rode that electric wheelchair over to a friend's, and then came back and caught the bus to head back home. But I didn't head back home immediately because the bus that I catch for north also goes south. And it was really nice to just sit there and ride and look where these buses go. That tells me, hey, I can ride from the north area and stay on that bus to go south to be able to get to places that I want to get to, which is really nice without having that vehicle now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's got to be difficult. You probably get tired of I know me, because I work from home, YouTube is pretty much my job. It's my job and my family all at the same time, my entertainment, it's my way to share with other people, communicate with other people so that when my husband gets home, I'm not like, blah, 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 because I had time. I listen to people talk, and, when I'm listening to your videos, it's like you're in the room with me, talking to me. Even if I'm not watching you, I'll have it on. I have it playing when I'm doing my makeup, when I'm doing my hair, when I'm cleaning the kitchen, when I'm folding laundry. That thing is going all the time. You're always talking to me. And sometimes I take a break and I'll put on Christian music and just listen to that for the day. So, wherever I'm feeling led to do. But I try to watch as many videos as I can, and I pretty much I try to watch the people who are watching me. That's pretty much how I do things. So I don't watch really huge channels. I just watch channels who are watching me. So, and even people who come into my lives, I consider that as watching me too. So, but I try to support you guys, and
I love Lulu's Treasure Trove. That is such a fun channel to watch. I may not always make comments, but I always give thumbs up. There's times I just, I'm sitting there watching this and I don't know what to say, but at least I always give people a thumbs up.
Yeah. I sometimes you can just say hi, Cindy. Yeah. Yes. If you're listening and you're doing something else, sometimes I'll go in Luann's and I'll just say, hi, Luann. And I'll let it continue playing and let it keep talking to me. But, I got to where I try to do the comment about halfway through their time, whatever they're doing. And I got to where if I go watch one video, I put another one in the watch later list. I'll let that watch later list play while I'm sleeping. Or if I'm really, really busy with chores, I'll let it play on my laptop while I'm doing chores, so everybody gets some viewing time. Keep everybody's view time up because we all need some watch hours.
For my channel, the watch hours doesn't really matter to me because I'm not going to monetize my channel. It's about my giving heart, and stuff. And I don't know if YouTube will, because I'm not trying to really get a lot of watch hours, if they're going to shut my channel down. I wouldn't think they would.
Oh, no. I don't see why.
It's, I know they're making money off of me, and it's okay,
Yeah. Yeah, they are making money off of you on your commercials.
Yes.
When you do lives and when you do videos and people that go back and watch your stuff to give you view time. But yeah, that's good that you tell people so they know and they can go watch. They'll be there for your lives, but maybe they'll go put their watch time somewhere else where somebody is trying to get monetized, to help their family situation or whatever. But yeah, they could still support you on PayPal and send you friend mail.
Yes.
Send you friend mail.
Send me yarn, because it's getting expensive. And
I bet. Yeah.
I bought these larger size cones of yarn for the cotton, which I'm able to make a lot more things, because of those cone type. They're probably around $15 for those.
How much yarn does it take to make one hat?
Well, there is some yarn that I have that was a Karen yarn that has this really weird shape that it pulls from the inside out. Unlike certain ones that just keeps pulling. I bought those for almost $4 a piece. And it's a like I said, it's a Karen yarn that you can make scarves out of. But it said with the pattern that they had, you make one hat. But because of the way that I make it with it, I can almost make 3 hats out of that one skein.
Huh.
I have to use from another black to finish that.
Yeah, somebody told me it takes more yarn than you think to make a hat. So now you're making it sound like you can get more out of it than what I thought. So
well, with the looms, it's not a crocheted hat, and that with that pattern, it is a crocheted hat. So you are using more yarn when you crochet than when you knit.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
It certainly is.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're talking about crochet.
Yes. It would be very nice to be able to get gift cards. It certainly would, because then I can take it to the place, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Now, there is people that send it to my email, and what I end up doing is I print it off at home, and I take that in. And Cooking with Bobby Joe, Chastity sent me a Amazon card from Michael's that I tried to do it on my phone and it wouldn't work. So I ended up, we got a printer that we printed that coupon and took it in there. They were able to scan it, and I was able to get yarn with that and still had some left that I took that paper in and was able to buy that yarn. So sending me even an email instead of mailing the card to me is just putting in my my email, and I'm able to print that off and take it to those stores.
Yeah. It's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you certainly can.
Awesome. That's cool. Well, I'm probably going to end the live for now. I need to go in and make some dinner for my husband. But I appreciate you coming on, Rebekah. I have
enjoyed this.
Talking with you again. I haven't had you up to talk to you for a while. So if you guys are not friends with her channel, if you'll click on the link at the top of the chat, it's also going to be in the description box of this live, and go by and make friends with Rebekah. You'll really enjoy her channel. And she does lives occasionally, videos occasionally. She comes up on a lot of people's panels, and she's made a lot of hats. So please connect with her channel. by this time next year. I think you can do it.
I'm already in the 600s and never thought I would be. Just, it surprises me.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming in to the live, and thank you, Rebekah, for coming up. Have anything else you want to say before we leave?
Nope.
Thank
I'm gonna get us some, my brother and I, some dinner. He's really hurting with that fall he took Friday.
Yeah.
You're gonna be okay, Ronald.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Lulu Treasure Trove, for joining my family.
Thank you for coming up, and thank you all you guys in the chat. I appreciate you, and I hope I'll say some prayers for your brother to get healed up better, and for a vehicle for you.
I am feeling better.
I'll put you down on my prayer list so you'll heal up the rest of the way. And hello, Scratch and Pete. About to end the live, but thank you for coming in. Thank you.
Good
Bye,
night, everyone.
Rebekah.
Bye.
Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate all of you. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.